Hello Fix fans and welcome back to the shed. Today we're talking about Nerf Nitro. Today we're here to talk about Nerf Nitro. Nerf Nitro are a set of Nerf guns, or blasters, that shoot little foam cars. Now hang on a minute Steve, you'll say, that wasn't a little foam car. Let me explain. A little history on the set itself is an attempt by Hasbro to compete with Hot Wheels. Now Hot Wheels are metal cars, and if you fire them around your house, you're going to end up breaking stuff and hurting people. These little foam cars are squishy, so you can shoot your little sister in the face and it won't hurt quite as badly. You'll see on the bench behind me a number of accessories that come with the blasters. There are little tyre walls to crash into, there are little hoops to jump over, there are a little ramp which you can use for doing the jumping. The only camera I can use to actually capture one of these little cars, because they do move quite fast, is the highest frame setting on my phone, which I think is 940 frames per second. It doesn't like the lighting in here very much, so it's a bit flickery, but it'll give you an idea of what's happening when you fire one of these at its ramp. It's got a fair bit of power and these will go flying across the room. And here we have a Nerf Nitro blaster. It has a hole in the end in which to insert your little foam car. It has a lock inside it, that means you can only insert little foam cars. If you insert other things, it will not fire. It has a lock underneath it, which means you have to place it on the ground to shoot your little foam cars. If you want to shoot it at your little sister, you have to hold this manually and then shoot your little sister in the face with a car. Now the question everybody asks, can Nerf Nitro be modded to shoot darts? Well, yes and no. It can shoot them. You saw me shoot a dart at the beginning of this video. The problem with darts is the frame itself is quite compressible. The way a Nitro blaster works is not dissimilar to just flicking this with your finger. There's a little spring-loaded bar that comes back, and then when you release it, out it goes. And when you flick the bottom of a dart, it compresses, and some of the energy from your finger is absorbed by the dart, and any remaining energy sort of plops it across the room. It's not a very efficient way to fire darts, which is why other blasters that fire darts use flywheels, or they use something along the lines of air pressure. The air pressure actually goes up the inside of the dart in the little hole in there and pushes on the solid head and sort of pushes it out by the head. So that makes it lose less energy. So what do you need to do to fire a dart? Well, you need to disable this lock so you can actually hold it off the ground and fire. You need to disable the lock in here so it thinks it's got a little car in it. I think we can 3D print our way out of this problem. So we've gone off to the printer and I've drawn up on CAD a little sort of car-shaped thing that's got a couple of ridges on the bottom of it that are like wheels. They disable the lock that detects the car. So that's stage one. There's a channel in the back of this for the flicker to go, and there's a hole in the front for a dart. Easy peasy. Just load it up in the front of the blaster, and the blaster now thinks it's got a car in it, and there's a hole in there for you to insert your dart. And the lock at the bottom, although you can just hold it down and fire your dart, the lock at the bottom is dealt with by a little clip. Again, I've been to the 3D printer, I've printed this out. It's a little clip. It goes on the bottom of the blaster, just on there, and holds that lock down. So now the blaster doesn't know it's not on flat ground, and it doesn't know it's not got a car in it. There's only one thing left to do. Insert a dart. Need to prime it first, that's probably a good idea. Dart just goes in the front there, and then we can fire our dart whenever we want. So why did we do this? Of course we did this because the internet wanted it. There's a post every 5 minutes about this saying, will Nitro fire darts? Will Nitro fire darts? The answer is yes, it will fire darts. It just sucks at firing darts. These things are hitting probably 10, 15, 20 feet per second, I reckon. I haven't actually chronoed it. There's no point. It goes across the shed here. That's about 8, 9 feet. If you want to convert your own Nitro blaster to fire darts, I don't recommend it, but it could be used as a handicap blaster in a war or something, then you can get these files on my Thingiverse, and I'll do printed versions on Etsy if anyone is that excited. The only blasters I have are the Dual Fury set, so the two printed parts that convert this to darts fit the Dual Fury set. Your mileage may vary with other blasters, at least one of them is a flywheel blaster, so that will definitely not work with these printed parts. Thank you for watching. I hope you had fun seeing what could be done with Nerf Nitro and why you shouldn't do things like fire darts with Nerf Nitro. Like I say, if you want to give this to somebody as a booby prize blaster in a war, that could be quite funny, but I can't see any use of it outside of that in actual competitive nerfing. If you want to discuss this and other projects, leave a comment down below. There's also our Discord. If you are able to subscribe and hit the little notification icon, that would be wonderful because that will support the channel and keep these videos coming. It takes a lot of time, money and effort to 3D print parts to make terrible toys, even more terrible. So any help with that will be appreciated. We've got a good few mods coming up. There's a lot of stuff to do to this Terror Scout, so get subscribed and you won't miss that, and I'll see you in the next one.